So, Will, what did you think?
Well, I love Guy Maddin's work, and I think this is his best film ever. I mean, all his films are kind of personal, but you have to dig down to get the personal part. I thought this one was personal, but it was also, in many ways, curiously, maybe his only really political film, and I just thought it was beautifully done, and I just thought it was superb.
Why do you think it's political?
Well, just because he's talking about the changes to Winnipeg, and certainly, the way he dwells on the destruction of the old buildings and the heritage. That's not something Guy Maddin necessarily shown interest in before. Did you like it?
Yeah, I really enjoyed it a lot. I'm not quite as big a Guy Maddin fan as you are, and usually I find his films to be just a bit too fantastical for my taste, and just a little bit, a lot of fairies and, symbolism, but I found this to be really down to earth, and I really appreciated the way that he kind of mixes those style that he usually uses for those airy-fairy films for a documentary.
Yeah, and the way he takes, he's always been interested in Soviet kind of propaganda films, and then he uses that to deal with sort of the political history of Winnipeg, the strike, and so on. And the way he uses those cut-out kind of animations, I was worried that he'd kind of hit an impasse and he was going to keep, doing fake 1929 half-talkies, but it seems to me now that he's found a kind of new direction, not a million miles away from what he's done, but, it's a bit of a change, so I like that.
Yeah. And not having been to Winnipeg before in my entire life, I feel like I learned something about the city, about a sense of, not only the history, but the character of the city. And, I'm trying to think of another Canadian city film that's as successful as this, in terms of the way he deals with the history and with the autobiographical element, but with the political aspect as well.
Well, that's true. And the way he deals, people from Winnipeg do say it's a city of ghosts, and that really comes across. I mean, the most spookiest part of the film to me is he takes Anne Savage, this Hollywood actress from the 40s, who was in possibly the greatest B movie of all time, Detour, and resurrects her to play his mother. So she's kind of a ghost of Hollywood past, playing the kind of ghost of his mother, and that just sends shivers up and down my spine.
And a great family.
Yeah.
It's like family melodrama, but really kind of spooky.
Yeah.
Father under the carpet.
And finding actors and actresses to play his family. I mean, he's always been preoccupied with his family and with kind of incestuous things, but it was kind of charming in this film, whereas it's just kind of weird in another.
Yeah. How much of it is fabricated? I don't know.
Well, George Tolles, who's a University of Manitoba English professor who writes all his scripts, I was amazed to see he wrote this one as well, even though it's very personal. And he says that, Guy Maddin's films are not just these lighthearted exercise in style, they're deeply, deeply personal, psychoanalytic purging.
This is very psychoanalytic, if it's true. But it's not only him, it's like hockey. His father is hockey.
Yeah. I didn't know he was such a jock, actually.